All right, are we live? Let me look. It looks like it. Excuse the voice. Allergies are acting up again. We are here, breakfast, so in the first sprint, I will be actually eating my breakfast. I was, my husband let me sleep in, and I told him not to let me sleep in. So, we're going to roll with it today. Today is an interesting day. But we're getting things set up. As far as reading this morning, excuse me, I will be finishing this behemoth. I have thoughts about this one, and I'm not sure where I fall with this one yet. It's yeah. Let me know if you guys are here, and what you're going to be reading or working on. I will spread the link in just a minute because I haven't even done that. I have to open up Good morning, Kim. What are we going to be working on this morning? I will be first working on breakfast and then reading. And I have to finish uploading a video for later today. Give it a few more minutes for people to come in, and then we'll get started with the first sprint. Greetings and salutations. What are we going to be working on or reading today? Let me know in the comments. Where is... I'm doing all of the things. A little bit of everything, working on my genre blanket project, reading, chores, all of the things. That sounds like me today. I'm a little tired from yesterday because we ran errands as a family. We went to Target and Advanced Auto, and I don't know if you guys have it, but we had a lot of them when I lived in Maryland, but a couple of them have trickled down to Florida. We have Rita's. It's an Italian ice store, but they also have custard of many different flavors. I used to work at one when I was in Maryland, but I haven't seen one since I stopped working at the one that I worked at. And so when I saw, well, I'll say this. There's like two that I know of now that are in Florida. The first one was out in like the Pinellas County, Clearwater area, and we just found one that's closer to our house. So we went to that one to see, and I was amazed. Like, I remember a lot of the things that they had to do, like make the ice and when I worked at Rita's, they only had two custard flavors. They had chocolate and vanilla. And now they have, there's chocolate, there's vanilla, there's strawberry, there's cotton candy, there's, I think yesterday they had like a coffee flavored one. And so, and then they have all these different toppings. So the kids absolutely loved it. So I was amazed. So that was a good little treat for them yesterday. And we did bring some ice home. We got cherry and cookies and cream. So I'll probably be eating that during the week. And then we also went to Target to pick up a few things, so that was fun, and then we had to go and pick up some car parts and stuff. Alan is working on one of his vehicles. He has many vehicles that he works on and films with. And then I needed to do an oil change on my car. So that's what I did yesterday. And I swear everything in terms of my oil change went wrong. Like I had to like try to line up the oil pan so the oil would go in. And I was like, all right, it's perfect. I got it lined up, went to pull the plug, and I got oil on the driveway. So, and it was then that was like, then I couldn't get I dropped the plug in the oil, so I had to fish it out. And then, like, the oil filter didn't want to come off. So I kind of had to manhandle it a little bit, but I got it off. It was eventually all done, but it was just like everything that could go wrong went wrong. But so I'm a little tired from that. But other than that, I still plan on getting some things done today. I'm going to try to finish. If you're just joining, I am going to be finishing pucking around after I finish breakfast. I literally made breakfast and then came in here, so I don't know if you can see it without me dumping my food, but there's eggs with cheese, and then I've got cinnamon raisin bread, sausage, and bacon. And then, so breakfast, pucking around, and then later I'm going to do, of course, I have to help with laundry, and I want to try to clean out my closet because it's getting to the point where I can't walk into it. So let's see. Current read is The Stone Girl's Story. How are you liking it? We used to have a Rita's, but it closed. Oh no. Rita's is the best, in my opinion. I know Rita's. We have one over here in Broward County. It's so good. Like I said, whether you get the ice or the custard, it's really good. I like the custard because it's I mean it's like literally soft serve ice cream. But now they have more flavors. So now like I want to go back and try all the different flavors. Good morning, Stargater. What will you be working on or reading today? It's down by the beach. Yep. You usually find them by the beach, or when I lived in Maryland, I had one literally right down the street from my house. And the people that owned that one had like 3 other locations because I mean, they loved doing it. So, good morning from Stargater, or from Kim to Stargater. I'm reading Jonathan Strange and Mr. Norrell. I have read 2 chapters, or hope to read 2 chapters. English is not my strong suit this morning. How are you? So you're just starting on it then. Let us know what your thoughts are. Hello to Kim. It's good so far. I'm only a couple chapters in. Nice. I don't know how I feel about this one. I like it. I'm enjoying what I read, but I didn't anticipate some of the activities. We'll say that. Some of the activities in this book. This is a polyamorous male, female hockey romance. People in my book chat group were saying I needed to read it, and yeah, I decided to read it. They then told me that I should have read the prequel first. There's like a prequel that gives big, like, if you read the prequel, then you'll know what's going on when you read this one. And I didn't read the prequel, so I'll have to go back and read that. But I kind of get the gist of what went on in the prequel, so it's just a matter of getting more detail. But this is yeah. That's my thoughts right now. Yeah. I am doing my darndest to finish ACOTAR today. Currently 68% in. It's feasible because I'm too depressed to get out of bed, but I'm also mildly less depressed when I pick up the book. This sounds like the book for you is The Cure. So finish. and then you'll be good to go. I plan on reading the ACOTAR, the first one, this month. It's part of the 2 readathon prompts that I'm doing, and then we'll see how I feel after that one. Because ACOTAR, the first book, um, I tried to read it one time, and I'm not gonna lie, I got bored with it, so I put it down. I was like, well, maybe this isn't the right time for me to read it. And someone said it's really kind of slow and it builds up. So we'll see. But I do want to read the series now that I've finished the Crescent City series. People said I should have read ACOTAR first, but I didn't. So I'm going to go back and read ACOTAR and see, kind of fill in the gaps of some of the characters that were mentioned in the Crescent City. And then after I finish ACOTAR, then I will go and read Throne of Glass. It's a slow read and breaking it down by chapters. Fantasy is not my go-to genre. Fair enough. And they do say it's easy to like break it down, like you said, chapter by chapter. That way, if you're not necessarily liking it, or if you just want to read it and read something else beside it, you can flip-flop books. Coincidentally, it also happens to be part of my prompts for Bookemon and Escape the Readathon. I am doing Escape the Readathon. I am in Snack Squad. And then, which I'm a little confused by Escape the Readathon, because I recently read something in the Discord that was saying if you unlock a certain building, then you can't put in your books for another building. Like, it's not an option. I don't know what that means. Like, can I just input all of the prompts, or do I have to go by what buildings are available? I'm still figuring this out. This is my first time doing Escape the Readathon, but I hear it's been done before, so I don't know. And then my other readathon I'm doing is what is it? Oh, the Vampire Diaries readathon. And what I did is I made my TBR because I'm trying to finish out my Goodreads goal. So I made my TBR to fulfill that. And then I said, well, if any of my books fit the prompts for those 2 readathons, then I will go from there. Sorry about that. My husband came in and was saying that something was not right with one of our cats. So I will also be taking a look at him to see what's going on. Yeah, I don't get that bit either. Yeah. What are you on Snack Squad, Rope, or are you in a different team? Because I didn't, like, for my team, they're saying that I think we can't do the horsing around one because we unlocked a different one. I don't know. I'm just gonna put in my prompts, my books for the prompts, and see how that goes. I don't know. It's very weird. No readathons for me this month. I don't blame you. There are a lot of them going this month between Escape the Readathon, Vampire Diaries Readathon. There was a Witchathon one for like the first week, I think. Is that still going or no? Because I can't remember. And then there was also like a Zombie-a-thon, and there's a, I think there's a Star Wars one, maybe. I don't know. There's a lot. There's a lot. To be honest, my first time as well, so we shall see. Yeah. Depending on how this one goes and how the Escape the Readathon goes, right now I'm at the point where I don't know, like, I don't care which team wins. I think it was just a fun idea. but depending on how it goes, I may or may not participate in that one again. It seems a little more complicated than what I don't wanna say than what I can handle, because I can handle it. It's just knowing the context and the actual, like, ins and outs of the readathon is what gets me. Like, Vampire Diaries readathon, it's very easy. She created 15 prompts based on 15 different characters of the Vampire Diaries, and you can just submit your books, and it's kind of like a you're on your own. Like, last year, she did teams, Team Damon versus Team Stefan. This year, it's you individually have to complete the 15 prompts and gain the points. And then I think you only have to complete them once. And then after that, you can just input books that you read, which is fine. It's very easy peasy. It's very like simplistic and easy to follow. Escape the readathon, not so much. I'm just like, okay. And then there's prompts that are given to each team, or I don't know. I don't know. I'm on film crew. I am just going to submit my books and see what happens. Yeah, that's kind of where I'm at. Um, I actually succeeded at Magical Readathon, so I thought it would be best not to press my luck with another too soon. Fair enough. Fair enough. Dang, I forgot about the Star Wars Readathon. Don't tempt me, Frodo. um, yeah, I think that one is it the Becca the Fowl? Becca Fowl? I don't know. It's one of those. I thought about doing it as well, but because I already signed up for two, I didn't want to overwhelm myself. And I probably could see if my books fit those prompts, but I'm not, like I said, I'm not going to push it. So, if she does it next year or later in the year, then I will maybe. But it looks like we have reached the bottom of the comments. So, I'm going to go ahead and start the first uh, sprint. Language escapes me. Uh, nope, no mas. I need to set boundaries somewhere. I hear you. I am the same way. I need to limit myself. Otherwise, I will try to do all of the things and stress myself out. But we're not going to do that this year because this month and this month is birthday months. So we have birthdays to celebrate, and I don't want to overwhelm myself. 2 readathons are enough. I agree. And on that note, we are at the bottom of the comments, so I'm going to go ahead and start the cat, and I will see everyone in 45 minutes. Happy reading, happy productivity. All right, come back from our first sprint. How did everybody do? I did go ahead in the middle of that sprint. I put up a poll so that you guys could help me pick my next read. Because I have no idea what I want to read next, so I picked 3 of the titles that I have for this month, and I'll let you guys decide. So towards the end of the sprints, we'll end the poll, and then you guys will help me pick my next read. I also I ate breakfast. I checked on the cat. He seems to be doing okay, but we will give him some of his medicine later today and see if that helps. One of my cats, Simon, has a respiratory issue, we think. So we have some antibiotics that we're going to give him and see if that helps. He's always been kind of like the runt of the litter, so I think he's always had some sort of issue. But we shall see. And then I also posted that I only have 10 subscribers away from my goal of 250 by the end of this month. And thank you to everyone who has subscribed so far. It means the world to me. Hopefully I can get those last 10 subscribers in the next 3 weeks, right? And if I do that, then I move to my next goal, which will be 500 by the end of the year. So we'll see. I did also get a chapter read in Pucking Around. I don't know if any of you have read this, but I'm at the point where the female of the group has to make a decision. So I think this is 734 pages of pure smut, but I am at 664. So I've only got this little bit left, and I've got my tab in to mark that's like where the acknowledgements page is. So we'll see. Edited and set up my first crochet short to go live at 12:15. Ooh, I will watch that. Oh. Yay, I think you will hit it for sure. I won't say anything because I don't want to jinx it, but yes, I agree. I ordered lunch and read 10 pages. Ooh, what are we ordering for lunch? I guess you could say I had brunch because breakfast was pretty close to lunchtime, but I also have leftover pizza that I will eat in a couple of hours. Sundays always seem to be like I don't eat breakfast until like the 10, 11 o'clock hour. So then lunch isn't until like 2 or 3 o'clock. And then dinner is maybe on time. But I don't know. Sometimes it's just how the day flows. Manifest those subs. I've been trying. I gotta put up a couple of videos. One will go up later today, and then I have to finish editing and upload one to release itself on Wednesday. And I think therein lies most of my problem, because if I can get to not necessarily a schedule of uploading, but if I can just keep uploading in a timely manner, then I will probably gain more. And I know between, next week, there's a couple of different people that are having sprints, so I may make mention of my channel there, just to kind of say, hey, help me reach my goal, that type of thing. And I usually do like a sub for sub, so if you have a channel and you like to would subscribe to mine, then I will sub back. I like growing our community here in the booktube community. Everyone that I've come across has been so nice and so friendly, and everyone's got hellos and how are yous and what are you reading, how are you liking it, all everything. I like it. I like this community of ours. I haven't eaten anything yet, only coffee. Kim, make sure you eat something. You cannot live on coffee alone, madam. I mean, I have mine, but you saw my plate of food, and I'm still hungry. I I will eat breakfast, and then probably within the hour I will have a snack, like a piece of fruit or something. Coda! Hi, Coda. Popping in to squeeze the like and say hello. I'm reading Snow Shark for a buddy read with Jean and Coffee Book Sniffin' Nicole. It's windy today, so I'm stressed out. It's going to hurt my plants or blow over planters. Oh no. Are you expecting like a storm or anything? Or is it's just windy today? Um might I suggest bungee cords if you could like maybe wrap them around poles or something? Or put something heavy on top of them that won't hurt the plants. Thanks for joining us, Coda. I'll probably grab a smoothie bowl in the next sprint. Are those good? I've heard of them, I've seen them, but I have not had one. I don't I drink smoothies, so what's the difference between a smoothie and a smoothie bowl? Hi to Coda from Kim. The wind is just a lot today. I know was it windy yesterday or the day before? It was windy here, and I thought for sure we were gonna get like a tornado or something because it was that windy. But then I don't know, it just went away. And then yesterday we had some clouds and we were like, cool, we're gonna have an overcast day. Got my oil change done, and Alan did some work on his truck. And then we went to go check on, because he did like a windshield. He filled in a chip in his windshield. We had one of those little kits, and we did that. And right as we were finishing, we let his truck sit for like the 20 minutes that it needed to finish curing the resin. And we went to go check it so he could move his truck, and it started raining. Like, we heard one crack of thunder and then it downpoured. And I was like, where did this come from? So it's pretty wild where I don't know, rain comes out of nowhere. Hey, Kim. Hey, Mary from Coda. 20 miles an hour wind right now. Oh, no. Yeah, well, I hope all of your planters and plants stay put. Because can you bring them inside temporarily? Or are they like in the ground, sort of? Or can you put them like up against the house? There's a weird noise outside. We're at the bottom of the comments. So let's go into our second sprint, and I will see everyone in 49 minutes. Look at that. Timer hasn't even gone off yet. 35 seconds. If you're just joining, we do have a poll, so you can help pick my next read. I've also posted that I only need 10 subscribers to reach my goal of 250 by the end of May. Excuse me. All right. I will see everyone back here in 45 minutes. Happy reading, happy productivity. The cat got me with that one. Things are happening in my book, and I am trying to. I don't know where I left off. I'm at 712 out of 734 of Pucking Around. If you're just joining us, that's what I am reading. Yeah, I guess you could call it the grand gesture. Is that what they call it? Something big is happening and the main character is like freaking out. So let me see where we left off in the comments. Let me know how you guys did. I feel like this one was our newest comment. Hi kids. Coda 2. I'm going to disconnect autocorrect. Yeah. Autocorrect is not friendly sometimes. Hi everyone reading The Irish Cottage. Finding Elizabeth today for Eurovision-a-thon. Another readathon going on. Wow, so many in the month of May. But hello, Anna. Good to see you. Hi, Kim. Hi, Coda. Kat. Hello, Alicia and friends. Making some peach tea. Booped the like button and writing my last 2 March book reviews. Trying to get caught up. I'm so behind on everything in my life. No worries. I feel the same way. I've been trying to do like journal entries 1 a day, and I am still in April's journal entries. I've been putting like little post-it notes and like notes of things that happened on that day, and then putting it in the post-it note, but I still have to like physically write everything. So I feel you on that one, Kat. Hi, Anna. Hi, Kat from Kim. Hey, Kim. What are you up to today? I'm on chapter 32 of 42 in ACOTAR. Ooh, you're getting so close to the finish. How are you liking it so far? Thanks for the sprints. You're welcome, welcome. I ate breakfast, had a smoothie bowl. What flavor was it? Do they have different flavors? And watched YouTube. Sounds fun and relaxing. I also needed a visually colorful pick-me-up, so I played some Kirby. This finally gave me the strength I needed to leave La Casa and get the groceries. There you go. Just needed a little bit of video gaming. Which I learned something while I was picking up groceries. I don't know what's going on with Cinnamon Toast Crunch these days, but apparently it wants to move in on other products. What happened now? What about this cinnamon? Oh, yes. Hey, Anna. Hey, Kat. Yes, I think I saw those. Yummy cinnamon toast crunch taco shells. I feel like that would be a good thing if you were doing like dessert tacos. But if you're just doing regular tacos, I don't know. I don't know how that would be. But I saw those at my grocery store and I just kind of looked at them and I was like, "Huh?" I just mixed frozen mixed berries and blueberries in a little mill, water, and protein powder. Oh. And then you just kind of mix it up and eat it like smoothie consistency. Protein milk. I wish I were making this up, but I'm not sure how I feel about it. Yeah, that's one of those things that like you just like you really don't know. Like that's either going to be really good or it's going to be really bad. Some of the other things I've seen is they have made pudding cups, but they're supposed to be Cinnabon flavored. I have not tried them. I've also seen cereals have started doing different things. I know we now I've seen the Oreo O's. It's kind of like Cheerios, but Oreo. And then I also saw I'm trying to remember which one it was. It was, I want to say it was Lucky Charms. Lucky Charms, or I don't think it was Fruit Loops. It was one of those sugary cereals, but now they have little pieces that are filled with like cream on the inside, but it also still has, I think it's one of the cereals, whichever cereals besides Lucky Charms that have marshmallows, I think it's one of those. I'll have to go back and look at my grocery store. Okay, dessert tacos makes much more sense then. If that's the case, why not go all the way and just make churros? Right? Right? Oh, that was the other thing I saw. In my grocery store, we have a churro cereal. I don't remember who like specifically made it. I don't know if it was Cinnamon Toast Crunch and they just made like a churro type piece or what, but they are making things that I don't know how I feel about them. Hey Coda, I love your beautiful flower pictures. Happiness boost. Yes. Yep, basically a little thicker than a smoothie and you just eat it with a spoon. Huh. Might have to try one day. I haven't felt like chewing lately, so a lot of softer foods have been consumed. Fair enough. Uh, there are Reese's cups with Reese Puffs inside, and they're so good. Reese Puffs? What are Reese Puffs? I know they had Reese cups with like Reese's Pieces on the inside, but now they have ones with Reese's Puffs? What? I'm getting too old for this. They're making too many things. Too many things. Oreo O's were first launched when I was a teenager. Never tried them, mostly because I had discovered tiramisu and frappuccinos. They are making all kinds of things, and I'm going, well, that wasn't a thing when I was a kid. You know what I mean? Like, the things that my kids can eat nowadays, I didn't have when I was a kid, so I feel old. Thanks, Kat. Ooh, a tiramisu frappuccino actually sounds heavenly if done well. That does sound like it would be good. The Puffs is the cereal they have. Oh, so they just took the cereal pieces and put it inside of our Reese cup? What? Oh my gosh. Kim, there's what with what inside? Reese cups with Reese's Puffs inside? I think that's what they said. I'll have to look at my grocery store. I know the other thing too is like the coffee creamers, because I get Coffee Mate, and I know there's what's the other brand, International Delight or whatever. But I know like Coffee Mate has come up with some wild flavors too. Like I usually get like the French vanilla because that's about the only one I can stand besides the pumpkin spice one in the fall. But I know they have like a peppermint mocha and they've got a Rice Krispie treat flavored one. They also have a Snickers one, and there's another one that they made, and I'm just like, why do I need all of these flavors? I'm could if you couldn't tell, I'm a very simplistic person. Reese Puffs are my favorite cereal ever. When I was a kid, my favorite cereal was Fruit Loops and or Fruity Pebbles. Nowadays, I will eat Cheerios, like apple cinnamon Cheerios, or what was the other one that they had? I don't know if they still have it, but I usually go after the apple cinnamon or the honey nut Cheerios. Every now and then, I will try a different flavored one that they put out. But I also will do like the Special K cereal. I will pause said kitty cat. Because that 10 minutes went quickly. In all fairness, tiramisu comes from Italy and only started to catch on in North America just in the past few decades. It's interesting how that happens, isn't it? Tiramisu. It's basically Reese Cup cereal, and it's so yummy. Fruit Loops are fantastic, yes. I've sprinkled Lucky Charms on top of my white chocolate mocha frappuccino before, and it works surprisingly well. Mmm. That sounds like it would be good. Now I want to try a white chocolate mocha frappuccino. Next time I go to Starbucks, I will try one. Nowadays, it's Honey Nut Cheerios or Raisin Bran Crunch. Oh my god. I haven't had Raisin Bran Crunch, but I used to eat also Raisin Bran when I was growing up. We didn't have a lot of options because it was whatever my mom could fit in the budget. And so it was either Fruit Loops or we would trade off. We would do Fruit Loops one week and Raisin Bran the next week. I had lots of favorite cereals as a kid, with Cocoa Puffs leading the pack. I've had those before, and yes, those are good. I always liked how they turned my milk into chocolate milk. I also remember, and this isn't cereal related, but I also remember when Heinz ketchup made the colorful ketchup. I think we had purple and green. Those were fun. I remember having those. I think I liked purple more than green, but now they don't have them anymore. I hardly ate cereal, but I did indulge in Cocoa Puffs during old school April. Yes. I haven't had cereal in a while. I should probably get some. Multigrain Chex, Raisin Bran, Honey Nut Cheerios, and apple cinnamon oatmeal is my breakfast when I'm not eating rice or pizza. Yes. I do the apple cinnamon oatmeal as well, and I will sprinkle raisins on top of it and then just kind of stir it up and mix it. That is the best ever if I'm eating oatmeal. I've tried other flavors of oatmeal, but I always go back to apple cinnamon because it's like my favorite. So if I have oatmeal, it's apple cinnamon and then I sprinkle it with raisins. So good. Or bacon and eggs. That's what I had this morning. And you saw my breakfast. I had bacon, eggs, sausage, toast, and was that it? Bacon, sausage, eggs, toast. Cheese was on my eggs. I covered all of the food groups. Kim, I agree. Reese's Puffs are like Cocoa Puffs perfected. Yes, because I mean Reese's Puffs, you're just taking the Cocoa Puffs, which is chocolate, and then you're adding in the peanut butter. I agree. What's not to love about that? Can't go wrong with bacon. I've never eat cereal. You don't know what you're missing, Coda. You have to try some. It depends on what you like though. Cause I mean I grew up on cereal. Like that was my mom was like, "What cereal are you eating this week?" And that's what I ate for the week for breakfast. And then when Pop Tarts became a thing, then we integrated Pop Tarts into breakfast. It's funny because I grew up on cereal and Pop Tarts, and then my mom would make like the bacon, eggs, and toast for breakfast on the weekends. But whereas I would eat Pop Tarts for breakfast, my husband would not. His mom said that Pop Tarts were not a breakfast food, it was a junk food. So he never had Pop Tarts for breakfast. So we grew up far different. I love Cracker Barrel breakfast. Ooh, yes, those are good. Oh no, I've had cereal. I used to eat it all the time. I just don't crave it anymore. Haven't. Oh, okay. I got you. Is autocorrect really hates me? I think you're doing all right. I haven't seen any mistakes that I know of. Yes. Cheesy hash brown casserole and grits all day. Is that from Cracker Barrel? I've never had cheesy hash brown casserole or grits. I must look into this cheesy hash brown casserole. That sounds good. I'm gonna go look up recipes now for cheesy hash brown casserole. I know what grits are, I've just never eaten them. I grew up on cereal too. Your childhood breakfast seems similar to mine, Alicia. Yeah, well, and it also depends on what's available too, because when I was growing up, we moved every 2 to 3, maybe 4 years, depending, because my dad was military. So breakfast in Maryland may be different than breakfast in Germany, and then vice versa. So I don't think we had a lot of cereal options in Germany. We had a couple. I don't remember a lot. I think that's when my mom kind of introduced oatmeal. And then I remember family would send cereal to us if we wanted certain ones, because they weren't available. I don't know if it's like that now, but yes to Cracker Barrel. OMG, yes, get the hash browns at Cracker Barrel. I haven't been to Cracker Barrel in a while. Every time I like drive past one, they always look busy. Like people are filled all the rocking chairs out front, and like cars are circling looking for a parking spot. I guess you have to go at the right time. Grits taste like grainy breakfast rice. Not everyone likes them. just just the way that you describe that, I'm just like, I don't know. Yes, cheesy hash brown casserole is divine. Love grits. We eat a lot of grits in my household. My husband said he'll eat them, but he hasn't had them in a while. I don't think I've ever had grits. They're a great excuse to eat heaps of butter. And grits, you put butter in grits. Every time family road trip I ever go on involves at least one stop at a Cracker Barrel. Nice. I'm trying to think. Like when we go on road trips and we don't do much. We typically like I'll pack food and snacks to use along the trip, and like juice, like little juice bottles. But we usually like anytime, because we plan it so that when we stop, we're stopping for gas, food, and bathroom breaks. That's how we do our stops. So if we're stopping for something, then we do all three. And usually we go to not all fast foods, but mostly. Because like breakfast, we'll drive to a certain point. Like from here, if we're going to last time we went to go see my dad, he's in one of the Carolinas, and we went from Maryland to Buc-ee's, and we got gas, and we went inside and we picked up like breakfast food and drinks. And I always start with coffee in the morning before we go on a road trip. So I already had coffee, but I grabbed a juice. So gas, food, we made sure that everybody went to the bathroom, and then we just go until we have to get gas again. Same here, but I grew up in the South, so how could I not like grits? Ironically, and I know I always get the argument too, because I'll say, well, yeah, I grew up in the South. And as soon as I mention Maryland, they go, oh, that's not South. You're a Yankee. No. If you paid attention in history class, Maryland is below the Mason-Dixon line. So it is considered a Southern state. So I get that. I get that. But ironically, I have never had grits. So And you can fix grits so many ways, sweet or savory. One of my favorite dishes is shrimp and grits, which is savory and delicious in my opinion. See, but I don't eat seafood. Like, yeah, I'll eat like tuna fish, or I'll have like the breaded fish that you can get at the store, but I'm not big on like shrimp and the only way you can get me to eat crab is if it's a Maryland crab cake. It's the only way I will eat crab. I've tried different seafoods before, like I've had calamari and I've had shrimp. I don't know if the shrimp was good because it was kind of rubbery in my opinion. So I don't know if it was cooked properly. And then I've had a version of a Maryland crab cake which was not to my liking, so I wasn't happy about it. Shrimp and grits sound fantastic. You had me until you said shrimp. I had a bit of culture shock when I first moved from Georgia to Florida. I ordered iced tea and they asked me if I wanted it sweetened or unsweetened. Why would you give me a choice? 9-year-old me thought. Yeah, because there are people that will drink it unsweetened, which mm-mm. Nope, that's not for me. I do like the Publix sweet tea down here. I like their sweetened, their raspberry, and their peach tea. Peach and raspberry I usually save for like summertime, but I have sweet tea in the refrigerator, and it's all mine because I'm the only one in the house that'll drink it. The kids don't like it, and my husband doesn't like tea, so seafood is huge in Louisiana. My husband has been to Louisiana. I have not. It's one of my places that I would like to visit. I've probably traveled through it going on I-10 because we were going to visit family in Texas, but um, I've never actually like stopped and visited. There's only one correct way to drink iced tea. Is it sweetened? It has to be sweetened. There was a lady that I think it was in Maryland. She was one of my boyfriend's family's friend at the time, and she would what she called it was sun tea. She would let the tea sit out in the sun and do its thing, but then she would pour like I swear to God, it was like a gallon of sugar in it, and it was like diabetes in a canister because it was that sweet. And you like make that pucker face when you know something's too sweet. I couldn't do it. I couldn't do it. Hello or ha. I'm currently on a seafood diet. Is it one of those that you see food and you eat it? Or is it because I'm on one of those too. If I see food, I will eat it. Let's not talk about sweet tea because Chick-fil-A is not open today and I'm gonna want tea in a minute. Oh, yeah. I haven't tried their tea yet. I need to. I need to try their tea. I usually just go there and get soda with my food or orange juice if it's breakfast. I guess if Maryland is the South, I grew up in the deep South. A cat, I want to visit Louisiana so hard and just eat stuff. It is. If you ever visit Alicia, we should meet up. Yeah, I'll let you know. Keep you posted. We're trying to think about all of the places that we want to go and where we want to take our kids because we have family kind of all over. So we definitely want to prioritize those spaces because we have family in California, in Maryland, Texas, North Dakota, I think. So we have quite a bit of wide variety. But there's also other places like I would like to go to California purely for the sole fact that there's Disneyland and a Universal out there because I would like to see their versions of this parks that we have here because we have Disney World and Universal, but I want to see the differences between the two Universals, you know? And same with Disneyland and Disney World, I would like to see the differences. if I like North Carolina jambalaya, I'm sure I would love Louisiana jambalaya. I don't think I've had jambalaya. I almost got some because Universal does like the Mardi Gras themed stuff, and they always have food tents for different countries. I think that was one of the things that was on my list, but I didn't get to it because um, I did one visit, and then my next visit got canceled because they had was it Colombia? Yeah, they had like Colombia, Puerto Rico. They had the Louisiana foods. They had beignets. They had all of the, but they start to do like national favorites. So they also had Canada and Germany, I think it was. But I tried Colombia. They had like a little slider burger. I swear to God, it was like no bigger than this, you know? And it was absolutely delicious. It had two teeny tiny little like slider patties with cheese, and then it had some sort of like coleslaw and potato sticks all on the sandwich, and it was about this tall. I swear to God, I could have eaten two of them and still eat food because I mean they were good, but they were small. Mine has the good crunchy ice too. What? What? The iced tea or something else? Let me know. Yes, Coda food in Louisiana is amazing. I want all the crawdads. You can have mine. That's one thing I nope. Mm-mm. I'm a little intimidated and terrified to eat crawdads. I've seen like how people are supposed to eat them, and I'm afraid I would eat something I'm not supposed to. When I worked as a camp counselor, our camp director would sometimes randomly show up on our porch at 11 p.m. with homemade jambalaya as a thank you to the counselors for all the work they did. Ooh, I don't know if I would want him coming up on the porch at 11 p.m. at night, but free food is always welcome. You'll have to come during crawfish season, Coda, spring in North Carolina. Deal. I'm hungry now. All this talk about food. I might have to go and get my snack. That was a nice thank you. I still have not visited Star Wars Galaxy's Edge. Maybe if I save up for 5 more years, I shall finally go. One thing you could do, if that's all you wanted to see, Rope, just save up as if, well, I don't know, it depends. Because if you just want to go see Galaxy's Edge, you can just pay for that park, unless you want to go to all of the parks. But if you just want to go to Galaxy's Edge, you would just have to get entrance or admission and parking to Hollywood Studios because you can go because you're in Florida, right? If you're in Florida, then you can get the residency residents. Pay attention to Disney because sometimes they'll do like a Florida resident pass where you can pay for certain amount of days and it makes it cheaper that way, and then you can go to see Galaxy's Edge and anything else that you want to see. But yeah, if you live in Florida, you can just go to that park. Just I don't know where exactly you are, but I'm saying if in Florida, because like for me, I live about an hour away from Disney. So, and if I just want to go to one park, then I would just pick that park, pay for the ticket, and pick which day I want to go. Because I think they're still doing the reservation. You have to like reserve what day you're going to the park so that they can kind of count how many people are in the parks for capacity and stuff. But you would reserve your day, buy your ticket, and then just travel out there. And then no. Um, so like for the Wizarding World instead of general admission for Universal Studios. Now, Universal Studios is different because if you want to see all sides of the Wizarding World, you would have to buy tickets to the park. So, like, if you just want to see Diagon Alley, that's in Studios. But if you want to see Diagon Alley and Hogsmeade, you would have to buy a 2-park 1-day pass. And then that allows you to ride the Hogwarts Express because it changes parks. You see what I'm saying? But with Disney, it's 4 separate parks. So if you wanted to see Galaxy's Edge, then you could just go into Hollywood Studios Park, and that's where Guardians of the Galaxy is. You see what I'm saying? Because then you wouldn't have to worry about going to Magic Kingdom or Animal Kingdom or even Epcot. You could just go to Hollywood Studios in Disney, and then you could go see the Galaxy's Edge, because that's the part of the park. You see what I'm saying? Do you mean the crushed crunchy ice? Yeah, what ice are we talking about? Like in snow cones? Are we talking snow cone ice, or are we talking to like iced tea ice? Or are you talking about Chick-fil-A's ice? Because Chick-fil-A's ice is kind of like, I call them ice chips, because they remind me of the little ice chips that I had to have in the hospital when I was there when I was giving birth to the kids. They only give you, it's like tiny little pieces of ice. Like the little round circled crushed ice. Yeah, that sounds like ice chips. Yeah. Yeah. So you see what I mean? Rope. If you want to see the Wizarding World, you have to do like an admission to the park. But with Disney, because they have 4 parks, you can pay for just 1 park instead of all 4. Because the Wizarding World there's 2 sections. There's one in Islands of Adventure, and then there's one in the Studios side. I'm probably confusing you at this point. I'm sorry. I've actually never seen both halves of the Wizarding World in one trip. The first trip was to Islands of Adventure. 3 years later, I went to Studios. Oh. I think it's all still the same. They haven't really changed anything. They've added a few different food options and like butterbeer options and treats and stuff like that. But I think it's pretty much the same. It depends on when you went to Islands of Adventure, because the only thing that really changed in that section is it used to have the Dragon Challenge, but now they have Hagrid's motorbike adventure. And then at Universal Studios, they built Diagon Alley, but that hasn't really changed. In both instances, the group I was with wanted to ride every ride, and the Wizarding World was an afterthought. Yeah, most of the time, I've seen big groups, like they are on a schedule. They come in and they say, here's where we're mapping out the park. And you either see them go clockwise or counterclockwise. And they hit every ride because they want to experience everything at least once. They don't care about exploring the individual, unless that's like they do rides one day and then they do like the explore the areas afterwards, like the next day. I think I got a mosquito bite on my foot because it keeps itching and my foot's starting to turn red. Me too. I absolutely, depending on which park I start with is depending on which ride I start with for the morning. Because if I start with Islands of Adventure, if I know it's going to rain, I will start with Islands. And then my first ride of the day is Forbidden Journey. I will go and take the single rider line. It skips over most of the queue, but I'm okay with that. So I ride it Forbidden Journey, and then I'll go through the rest of the park. Because I'll go and film and show off certain things that are new or I don't remember seeing from the previous visit. So I need to do a trip that is solely focused on seeing everything in the Wizarding World that has to offer. Yeah, I would. I mean, depending on how you want it to do it, it would easily be a 1 day or 2 day thing. Because if you wanted to like spend a day and just focus on Hogsmeade. I mean, you could totally do it because there's at least 3 rides, and then you've got 3 broomsticks. You've got all of the magical sections where you can practice your wand spells and stuff. Same thing with Diagon Alley. And there's even some secret wand spots, if you don't know. There are some secret ones. You just have to know where to look. If you have one of the newer interactive wands, they will show them, I believe, on the map, but they're not labeled. Like, you don't know what the spell is until you get to the actual spot. Though I do remember the first trip very fondly because it was a field trip with my 4th graders, and one of my students was a young wizard that was chosen by the Phoenix Feather Wand in Ollivanders. I love watching that show. I try to go whenever I can, or when I remember to, like if I'm not on I have to have this. Like, I go into Universal usually going, okay, I'm coming in, I'm filming this, and this. And if I have time, then I'll go and see Ollivanders because they're fun. Also, if you haven't seen them, Celestina Warbeck and the Banshees are pretty fun. Also, the Tale of Beal the Bard, the 3 brothers story, that's good. Those are in Diagon Alley, those 2, and then you have the Triwizard Rally and the Frog Choir in Hogsmeade. I do like the butterbeer, the warm butterbeer. I think they now have 6 different versions of butterbeer because they have the regular, the frozen, the warm. They've got butterbeer fudge, and they now have a butterbeer caramel. They also have the butterbeer soft serve ice cream, and they have the clotted cream, so 7. And I think they just came out with a butterbeer popsicle. So now 8. So many butterbeer. So much. If you stay at a Universal resort, do hotel keys double as fast passes? Some of them. It depends on which hotel you stay at, because some of them do come with the fast passes, but the fast passes, I believe, start at like 4 p.m. So yeah, I would definitely research. I can get with my Universal group and see. I can like ask them, hey, which hotels have the feature for fast pass, and let you know. But yeah, some of them will. If you can research it, sometimes they'll say on the website, or sometimes there's a package that you can do that will allow fast passes. And it also grants you early park admission as well, I believe. Don't quote me on it. But I've seen where people go, yeah, I'm doing early park admission and I'm staying at this hotel, and I can never remember the hotel name. Oh wow, when we visited there were just 3 versions, regular, frozen, and warm. Yeah. I think, well, the warm is the newest because the warm butterbeer used to be only seasonal. Now it's year round. And then I knew the clotted cream was at 3 broomsticks, so that was like a dessert option. And then when they opened up Diagon Alley and they added the Florian Fortescue's ice cream shop, they had all of the hard packed flavors, and then they added in the soft serve butterbeer. And now this year is where they added the butterbeer caramel and the popsicle. So they're slowly adding. I think they're supposed to have something else that's butterbeer related, but I haven't seen it yet. So I actually had butterbeer ice cream during trip number 2. It's so good. Some of the other ice cream flavors I want to try because they have one, I think it's like lavender and Earl Grey. They have strawberry and peanut butter, and there's another one. I can't remember. There's like 3 different hard packed ice creams. But now you can actually get them in little containers and take them home or take them back to your hotel. I would not be able to take it home unless I had like a ice packed cooler because, like I said, I live an hour away. I would pay just to go to Fortescue's. You should come. We're just gonna have to get like a group trip, get a group of people together, and just go to Universal. It was seasonal when we visited. We went in February, so we lucked out. Yeah, and I think it was it last year? Last year or 2022 is when they decided that they were gonna make it year round. Because people, I guess, kept asking about it, so they were like, "Why not? Let's just make it year round." So it really depends. If if you go like in February when it's a little colder, because that's right before we start getting into like the warmer stuff, you could get a warm butterbeer, and then in the summer you could have your frozen butterbeer. I like it. My group for that trip was kind of a pain in the butt because only three of us were Harry Potter super fans, and the rest of them could care less about visiting Three Broomsticks and other stuff. There, yeah, I could see that. Because I mean, and I imagine you weren't allowed to like split up and say meet back at this location, right? So then you're kind of like, I want to see everything, everything, and everyone's like, "Meh, it's Harry Potter. It's just part of the park." And you're like, but no, it's everything. Yep, I'm that way. I always like no matter how many times I go to the Wizarding World of Harry Potter, and it doesn't matter which side, I always find something that I didn't see before. So I'm always questioning, was that always there? Is that new or did I just not notice it? Um, and they've changed. I don't know when was the last time you guys went, but they have made some changes to like the locker system. So, Forbidden Journey, their lockers before you got on the ride, you used to have to go to Filch's Emporium. And so when you got off the ride, you went straight to the lockers. That is no longer there. They moved the lockers. They created a whole section. So if you're looking at the entrance for Forbidden Journey, instead of going to the right to Filch's Emporium, you would actually go to the left, and there's like a little corridor, and it kind of just looks like there's rocks, but that's where the lockers are now. And then you would have to come back out and then go to the left and turn into the entrance of the ride. So they've changed that part. So they haven't, that's been changed. So now when you get off of Filch's Emporium, all of that, even the sections where the lockers were housed, is all part of the store. And I think where the lockers are now, they have changed it so that each section, because there was like four sections altogether, they're now geared towards like one section is Ravenclaw merch, and then Hufflepuff, Gryffindor, and Slytherin. So they've all got their own section, and that's where usually you can find like your hats, your scarves, your t-shirts, the ornaments that are geared towards each house, that kind of thing. And they keep changing the merch constantly. I'm always going in there looking for, because I get the ornaments for my Harry Potter Christmas tree. And then I also look and see, because they've also started adding like the magical creatures, and they've started adding a little bit of merch from what would be Fantastic Beasts or the Wizarding World, as they call it. It's not just Harry Potter. Both of those flavors you mentioned are delicious. I've already forgotten what flavors those were, but they probably are. I've had like half the menu at the Three Broomsticks or the Leaky Cauldron. I know, I think they pretty much have the same food at both, with some variation. I suggested that the three Harry Potter fans go off on their own group, but we all came with different drivers, and they were too worried about getting separated from their drivers, and then we spent like 30 minutes. Eh, that's fair though, because, arguing about where to go next. You have to systematically do it. Yeah. If you're gonna like wander around each section, you either have to like say, we're gonna start here and go around, or like go around the other way. That just so you could see everything. Because there's a lot to see. A lot. Spoiler alert, the kids were far less trouble than these 14 other adults. Oh my gosh. That's pretty bad. They're just excited for everything. From the first trip, I mean. First trip, I was a chaperone, 12 kids. Second trip, traveled with 14 other adults. Wow, that's a big party, too. It's been 9 years since we've visited. Oh, time for a visit. They've probably changed so much since that 9 year ago visit. You have to come back. Ice cream, yes. Oh, the lavender and Earl Grey and the strawberry and peanut butter, yes. I haven't tried them yet, and I want to. It's one of those I have to be in the mood to eat ice cream, and I have to make sure that the line is not out and around the building, because it will be. Sorry about the rant. I'm still kind of bitter about how poorly planned the so-called grown-ups outing was. The people I was with are normally a lot of fun. No, no worries. I mean, yeah, it sounds like it was a little disorganized. Not, I mean, you've got 14 adults, and I imagine they want to see their own things, but at the same time, you're trying to stay together as a group. And sometimes, if you don't have a plan in motion, then you can't see everything that everyone wants to see. And that's kind of why I like solo trips, because then it's all on me. If I don't get to see something, it's my fault. I'm always in the mood for ice cream. Ice cream, you scream. We all scream for ice cream. I mean, I might go get some now that we're talking about it, but I will probably wait for later because I need to eat lunch. I need to eat lunch first. All right, I think we have reached the bottom of the comments. Let me check. Let me check. Yep, we have reached the bottom of the comments. This is going to be our final sprint, and we're going to ease out of it with 30 minutes. So let me pull up the cat, and let me do my little banner. Final sprint. Because if I don't get my closet partially done today, I'm going to cry. Not really, but I will see everyone back here in 30 minutes. Happy reading, happy sprinting. Meow, said the kitty cat. All right, that was our final sprint. Let me know how you did. Go ahead and get rid of the kitty cat. How did everyone do? I finished my book. It ended in a way that I was expecting, but not fully expecting, if that makes sense. Like, I knew there was gonna be a happy ending, but I didn't expect that happy ending. So yeah. I'm not sure what I will rate it yet. I'm debating between a 4.5 or 5 star. I will see. Before I forget, let me end the poll and see. Does anybody have any last minute votes on the poll that I have? And then I will go ahead and close it in a minute or so and tell you which one I'll be reading next. Let's see, where were we? I think this was our last comment. We were all screaming for ice cream. Ice cream, cheesecake, pizza, grapes, and potato chips are all my Achilles heel. And pineapples. I like ice cream. I love cheesecake. Pizza, I swear I'm an Italian in my previous life because I cannot get enough of pizza. Grapes, yep. And potato chips. It depends on what kind. Because I will go after I love barbecue chips, but I don't like anything hot. So like no hot barbecue or hot wings flavored. No, that kind of is too spicy. I can't handle a lot of spice. 30 minutes sounds good. Go ahead and turn that banner off because we're done with banners. We had a Courtney show come in. Hello, hello. What are you working on today or reading? That was what I was asking. Yay on finishing your book. I'm halfway through my first of 2 book reviews. Yay. I need to do those too. I have one for, I finished Battle of the Labyrinth. So I will get that one done. And then obviously I now have to do the review for this one. But I've got to gather my thoughts first. I think after doing the book reviews, this is book number 40 for the year. So I only need to read 12 books and I finish out my Goodreads goal, which is where my next book comes in because it could be any of these 3. And you see that they are all different sizes. So, thanks for sprints, Alicia. You're welcome, Coda, anytime. I'm here on Sundays. I didn't do anything that sprint meant to grab coffee. Oh well, thanks for sprints. You're welcome, Kim. Going to go check on some chores before all of my book club and sprints later. Not a problem. Thank you for stopping by. Have a wonderful Sunday, everyone. You as well, Kim. I know I'll see you in sprints on Tuesday morning. I'll be there for a little bit on Tuesday, but then I have to go to a doctor's appointment. Gotta do a follow-up and get my next round for one of my vaccines or vaccinations, whatever, preventative type stuff, Thanks for sprints, Alicia. I hope everyone has a wonderful rest of your day. You as well, Kat. Also, if you're in the chat and haven't subscribed to Alicia, do it. Do it. Yes, thank you. Hey Kay, hi Alicia, been lurking today but hugged the like button. Thanks for hosting. You're welcome. I'm glad you could join us. Hi Kim, hi Kat, and Coda. All right, real quick, let's end the poll and see where we're at in the poll. And it looks like out of 10 votes, you guys voted for Twisted Games. So this is book 2 in the Twisted Games series by Anna Huang. This one does not focus on Alex and, oh gosh, I forgot her name. Alex and somebody. Do I have the other book here? Let me see. Because I'm not gonna. Ava and Alex was Twisted Love. Twisted Games will focus on Princess Bridget and her bodyguard Reese. So we'll see how that works out. This one, so I'm going from a 734 book to 422 if you don't count the bonus scene. But if you do, then it ends at 432. So not quite as big. I should be able to get through with it. I do have the audiobook waiting and ready to go. We had a bunch of highs. Hi, Christina, Anna, Christina. Got to 46% of my book, and I'm entertained. What are you reading, Anna? Tell me what you're reading. I just finished Pucking Around, and now I'm going to be reading Twisted Games. I probably won't start this until tomorrow. It depends on how much I can get done of today's chores, because I have laundry and I want to try to clean up my closet a little bit because it just looks like I threw stuff in there. And I have a video to edit and upload for later today. So look forward to that. It'll be I don't know if this was the reading vlog or, because I vlogged me doing the 50 Shades trilogy. I don't know if it's that one or if it's the other one. You'll know when it gets uploaded. I think it's the 50 Shades one. I have to look at my list again. But yeah. Those are this morning's sprints. I hope everyone was able to either make progress, finish a task, or start one and get a good chunk done. I hope everyone has a good Sunday afternoon, because it is 2:26 my time, Eastern time. And I hope everyone has a good productivity rest of your day. Like I said, I know I'm going to be folding laundry and cleaning out my closet and doing book reviews and editing and all that good stuff, preparing myself for the week. My kids have, starting Monday, tomorrow, they have 3 weeks left of school. So while they're in school, I'm trying to get the majority of my reading done for this month, and also planning out their summer. I think I'm done. Sorry. If you ever see me sneeze like that again, it's normal. I always sneeze in threes. The first one didn't want to come out, but I feel like I have to sneeze again, but I did 3, so 7 more chapters of ACOTAR. Thank you for making this possible. You're welcome. I hope you enjoy the rest of it and it's a good rating for you. Let me know how you like it. I hope to be reading that book this month as well. Thanks so much for sprints. I'll read a couple of more hours and clean the flat. We're on the same page. Read and clean. Bless you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you so much for all the bless yous and salutes. Yeah, I've always, I don't know why, I've always been one to like, it's either threes or sometimes if it's like if I have an allergy or something and a reaction, then I sneeze like 6 times. I don't know why. It's always in multiples of three. It's very rare that you will only see me sneeze once. And I think the pollen count must be up again because I can feel it. So, but we have reached the end of the comments. Thank you for everyone who was in the comments and joined. Again, I hope you guys got enough progress. I know there's more sprints today. I don't know who else is sprinting today, but there are sprints out there. So if you need more, seek them out. Let me see real quick, if I can find them. I'll see if I can post at least one link that you guys can go to. Doesn't look like anyone's currently sprinting, at least for my subscription page. It looks like Katie was sprinting earlier. Other than that, I don't see. May the TBR be with you. They had a 48-hour readathon sprint that's has finished as well. So, but I know that there's sprints out there. So they're just not on my subscription list. If you guys know about the what's it called? The Excel sheet that has all of the sprinting. I forgot what it's called. I know there's a specific name for it. But there's a spreadsheet that has everybody who sprints. If you know about that or have it, take a look and see. But I am going to go probably warm up my coffee because even though it's in this thing, it seems a little cooled off. So I'll either warm it up or turn it into iced coffee and start my chores. I don't want to, but I will. Just to get it done so I can go back to reading. All right, guys. Thank you for joining me in the sprints, and I will see you guys next time. Look out for this week's videos, and if you're not subscribed, please hit the subscription button, and I will see you guys next time. I vote for iced coffee. I could do it. I could do it. Bye, guys.